I don't care if it takes me swing with it, we just move. I don't care what they're talking about you, but I just do it. You must do what you do, don't let nobody maybe feel the things that you do. What? Go down, baby. Wake up. I wanna go down, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up. I wanna go down, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up. I wanna go down, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up. I wanna go down, baby. There's a lot of things on my mind. And the team, I don't know. I want to drink, I want to go in the room there. Today you know what I mean. So freestyle. Today me and you power with freestyle. Una. I want to una. I want to una. Hold on, no, I want to go, baby. Wake up, you feel love me. What? Go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I want to go there, baby. I want to see you down, like a shot, relax. I know you doing my body, you can win for that. They want to take it away, I want to take off the chat. They make me the sweat. I want to be the best. I wish you do. They are there, man. Oh, fire. Oh, yeah, no fire. Place the pan, man. Get a freaking no fire. No fire. Oh, yeah, no fire. Oh, the pan, man. Get a freaking no fire. Get the man. Go like a shot. I think blow up inside the body. Get the man. Go down the shot. You could not see the body. What? Go down, baby. Wake up, I wanna go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I wanna go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I wanna go there, baby. Go down, baby. Wake up, I wanna go there, baby. I want to know about the things that you do with the past and the morning. I want to know the thing that you do with last in the morning time. I want to know the thing that you do with the past and the morning. I want to know the thing that you do with last in the morning time. Are you ready? Down, go down, baby. I like to see you want to step up the bed. Say that make you stand on your feet. And you can do it. And you will come up and make it this. Watching it. Don't show us how we go out watching it. Shake your ball and rub it there. Grabbing it to bed. I mean, you can do it. Watching it. Fine, but I can't do it. Go down, baby. Ready to go back. Go down, baby. Go down, baby. Ready to go back. Go down, baby. Go down, baby. Ready to go back. Go down, baby. Go down, baby. Ready to go back. Go down, baby. Shake them up. Look like a Charlie. Hit them up. Walk like a Charlie. You too nasty. Your body up. My people, now we don't know. Welcome to another special edition of We Don't Catch Up. You know how they do after this program. If you may suspect that your man or your woman they play ball outside, this is the program to call. For today's edition, one special woman, fine girl, fine anyhow. They suspect say a man they shop up on the outside. The wearing
like a goosey soup, instead of having to choose a goosey or no, they mix the two together. As a matter of fact, like this man, they mix three different kinds of soup together. So now today we will know, say, I when they cry, they see bro. Come with me, let me go poster.
Baby, don't leave me for the thing, yeah, and I don't know what to do. I need nothing, I know you want me. Like the way things are they do. Don't leave me for the thing. Say you want marry me, okay, baby, Johnny ho, Johnny ho, I'm looking for my Johnny. Where is my Johnny? Johnny ho, do you know Johnny? Question. If I know my Johnny, shall just like my bed. They looking for my Johnny. I'm looking for my honey. Telling me this, telling me that. This is not for me. Johnny, do it on me. Johnny, do it on me. Doing me this, doing me that. But I'm not for them on me. You go Canada, you go to me. Every day, you day more. You dance it, you sing out me. I like, have you looked at this one? I go away. Original Kobe. If you got a lie, or leave me for the thing. Yeah, and I don't know what to do. I need to say I know you want. Like the way things are they do. Just to say that. Say you want marry me. Okay, oh, Johnny, oh, I'm looking for my Johnny. I got that. Where is my Johnny? Johnny, oh, do you know Johnny? Question. If I know my Johnny, shall just like a man.
So today we want to ask you, this is what you do. You just say good to break heart of more than 4 women. Can't give one belly, promise another one marriage. Wait till you get to talk for this matter. I'm not to know. But these women, they say they know you, you friend them, and will come to see you for a call with another one. You want to say you don't know these 4 women? Look the 4 of them were what we carry. You know that you know them. I know them all.
She under the ground, she under the house. She under the ground, she under the house. I know what to do. I know he said he loves he said she loves him a whole. She under the ground, she under the heart. She under the ground, she under the house. The ground, you must show me respect when you call me my demo. Show me respect when you touch my hand. You must show me respect when you call me my demo. Show me respect when you touch my hand. Show me respect. Show me respect. Oh, show me respect when you call me my demo. Show me respect when you talk about me. All things I know you for. All things I know you for. Call me the pop. Call me the shiggy. Call me the pop. You can call me the shiggy. I not do it before. I can do it again. Call me the dada. I can do it again. Show me respect when you call me people. Show me respect when you talk about me. You must show me respect when you call me my people. Show me respect when you talk about me. Show me respect. Show me respect. If you don't know about me, why come me? If you don't know about me, why come me? Because I'm a musician. Because I'm a football. Because I'm a politician. Because I am a pastor. You must show me respect when you call my people. Show me respect when you talk about me. You must show me respect when you call my people. Show me respect when you talk about me. Show me respect. Show me respect. I spend the money, but I don't care. You do the talking, and I don't care. Show me respect when you call my name. Show me respect when you talk about me. Oh my God, I need one. You don't show me respect. If you want some blessings, show me respect. If you want to live long, show me respect. I think check my record, check my name. The records out there with Thursday. Satya, proceed. Come in the park, come in the street. Show me respect when you talk about me. Show me respect when you talk about me. You must show me respect when you talk about me. Yeah, show me respect. Just show me that. Yeah, show me respect. Things are holding up. Show me respect. You must show me respect. Show me respect. You must show me respect.
Yep. Once again, we want to welcome you to the Members of Goyah show. This is your host, SUBOR Freeman, coming live from the beautiful state of Minnesota. We want to say thank you. We really appreciate your time. And so we want to welcome you to the broadcast. We also want to be the first to say happy Merry Christmas and a prosperous Happy New Year as we are gearing up for the new year. We are praying and asking God to, to grant us His grace. And I know by God's grace, we all shall see 2025 healthy and strong. Yeah. And so tonight we want to welcome each and every one of us to the broadcast. Once again, we want to say thank you for tuning in. This is your boy SUBOR Freeman saying good evening and good afternoon. And so we are in further ado, want to take this time to say happy birthdays to those who are celebrating their birthday in the month of December. We pray that God will bless you with a long life. God will give you strength as you celebrate another birthday. If your birthday fall on your wedding anniversary, we say double shout out to you and your special loved one. We pray that God will bless the holy matrimony home with peace, love, understanding, longevity. If you are bereaved, we also want to take this time to extend our deeper condolences to you and your family. We pray that God will comfort you, that God will strengthen you during the difficult time of bereavement. We also want to use the time to say a special birthday treat to Chairman Logan, who's celebrating his birthday today. Honorable Chairman Logan, we wish you long life, good health, peace of mind. Enjoy your day. Yes. Thank you, J. Edwin Daniel Jr. and his beautiful wife, Kato. Special shout out to the general manager for the Members Zoguya Citizen Initiative Engagement and also the Members Zoguya business down there in Nizo. We're forever grateful to you and your wife and your entire family. Shout out to Rejoice, to J. Edwin Daniel Jr. And not forgetting my boy, the engineer, Erickson, to my man Jimmy, to Pazia, to Jack Map, Fofi, Mugabe, and the rest of the crew. We appreciate you. We say happy, uh, happy Friday, Merry Christmas, prosper, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. We really appreciate you. And so without any further ado, we're going to pause and we're going to get down to business. As you can see, the weekend review. And so before we go any further on a serious note, we really want to take this time to extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. J. Edwin Daniel and his beautiful wife. You know, sometimes you get so much in you, and you find a way to see how you can birth this baby or these ideas. And you're asking God for directions, and you're asking God to show you. And I'm telling you, God work in a mysterious ways, and He will find the divine connections. And so that's how we were able to connect us to J. Edwin Daniel Jr. And now, I believe that we are heading in the right directions. And so I really wanted to talk about the Mema Zogia Citizen Engagement Initiative. And we're going to be looking at the statement or the remark that were made by the president when he visited a junta in Foya, Lofa County. We're also going to be looking at some of the unfolding issues that is happening in our beautiful country, Liberia. And we're going to look at some critical issues that is unfolding in the world as a whole, because this is a weekend review ball. And we're just going to really drill down on our country, Liberia, because it is near and dear to our heart. And each and every one of us, I believe it is coming upon us to actually see what we can do to promote the image and help improve our country from abroad. And so tonight, we first, as you can see, we got the slide up. As you can see right there, the slide. You see the young and energetic youth. And this is Mr. J. Edwin Daniel right there in the background. That means he has his own hand in the dirt. You can see he with the boys. But as you can see those photos over there, I just wanted to show you something. Okay. As you can see the date, these are January, the first Saturday in January will be our cleaning up campaign. But I show this date to begin my broadcast because this one, it has nothing to do with Joseph Boakai. This one has to do with each and every one of us. Our in Liberia in March of this year, we were blessed to go down there for a few weeks. And so, as I touring the entire city, one of the things that caught my eyes was how dirty our country is. And like I said, sometimes you get so much in you. And you find a way to see how best you can get involved. And when I saw the diet, and as we're driving around, I also want to say shout out to my beautiful niece, Dana Thomas, because most of the time I use a car. And then I also use my own car that I was using over there. But as we're driving around and I see in the dirt, honestly speaking, it caught my eyes because especially some part of Central Street, and then you go down or Benson Street. And I said to myself, oh my goodness, this is now the country that I left here. When I was here, these type of things were not around. And so we came back. And I kept saying to myself, wow, how dirty our country is. I got pictures of the various ministries. I went to Fana ministry, I took pictures. I went down to the health ministry, I took pictures. I think I got pictures for the foreign ministry. And then I'm saying to my board, I hear myself driving around, including other people that I interacted with. The good thing about my trip, I went to Liberia. It was all about business. I wanted to see for myself because right after the elections. So I actually went there to see. I never wanted to hear anything. I wanted to see for myself. And as I told the city, and I was blessed to go back to my Oma village, Goyah. And I saw, and And I started to engage the kids. I went to the cheapest kobo shop. I went to some of the best restaurant. I mean, I just went places. But meaning, I wanted to enter I now at that level. I just wanted to be among the common people, just get their view and perspective. And one thing that was very clear was the fact that they understand and they recognize that the country was in trouble. And so we engaged them on how dirty the country is. And the only thing people would say, the government, the government, the government, especially the youth. And I said, yeah, we agree, but there are little things we can do as citizens that can also help to improve our own livelihood. Thank you, Dr. Sarasvani. Merry Christmas. Happy prosperous New Year to you and your beautiful wife, Daozo. We really appreciate you, big brother. And coming back, I keep saying to myself, because when you go to the kobo shop, the very place you're eating, you see the flies, you see roaches. And so I said to myself, God, if I get back to base, we have to find ways to throw light. And so God could have it. Like I said, God work in a very mysterious ways. There's a J. Edwin Daniel. I hope you guys can see. I don't know how to do it. But and I met this brother. And since we started the initiative, people have been very supportive. Friends, family, morally, financially, whatever way. And we appreciate that. But one of the questions that come up consistently is they died. They died. And how can we get rid of the debt totally? Including J. Edwin Daniel Jr. and myself. And sometimes things appear so big. And my late mom, the woman who I named the show after, the woman who I named the organization after, that's my mom, the woman that born me. Everything today that I am, God come first. My mom and my dad. I am forever grateful because the fact that the discipline that they instill into me make me to be the type of person I am today. But you always need to say something sometime. And my grandma too, my grandma, my auntie, the late Mama so Goyah, Musu Goyah, Sada Goyah. But one thing I will consider and say, look, Gola and Pere will say, I say it on the show all the time. Thing what I laugh at. What that means, drip and drip and drip before you make up your mind. It will fill that bucket. Same thing. Sometimes you look at a job before you and you say, they bush. Can we really brush the entire bush? But what they always told, they say, just start. Just start. You will never believe it when you start. It's small, small. Before you make up your mind. Before you make up your mind. The very bush that you thought it was so huge. It was so deep. And you never feel that you guys could even clear that entire spot. But when you start and gradually you start chipping away before you make up your mind, you finish cleaning that whole thing. What am I saying? Even friends that are down here, one of the questions consistently that have been brought to me is 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 how are we going to get rid of the dirt? That's number one. Number two, and this is the main point I'm trying to drive. Number two, why I'm calling Painesville City Hall. We pay taxes. Why the government can tackle this? Why you think you have to use your own resources to do this? And when people say that to me, because right now I'm telling you the frame of mind I don't need no more negativity about Liberia. This country is where we're from. This country is where we're from. We beat on our country so much. We beat on our country. We beat our country. We beat our country. Even when we sit there among other people, the way we talk about our country, the way we act, we're not even proud to say we're from Liberia. And people just believe that God bless us and some of us left Liberia. That means nothing good can come from the country. And so we refused to even acknowledge or accept anything that would try to derail or make us to feel, that would discourage us from the goal. That is, we are determined to create awareness, to get our people involved. That yes, sometimes we can be what's the word I'm looking for, disappointed in our leadership, but we also have to do something about our own condition, not just to sit there and do nothing. And so we launched this program, and God being our everything, our strength, the help, the youth themselves. You see all the beautiful people. They have finally understand the important, and as you can see there in the photo, they have bought into the dream. Because initially some of them, the group keep growing. And we're going to spread over the entire Liberia. By God's grace, it is our dream and it's going to happen. Because the message is simple. Young people right now, they don't even see anything in Liberia. They see nothing. They see nothing. All they believe is that I just get food to eat. If I get something to drink, if I get clothes or someone to sleep, that's it. But we told them, say, no, the future is bright. Collectively, if we can work together, one day, we raising leaderships, we raising leaders. And I said to the kids, we will be doing seminars to teach them the importance of leadership. And so whoever inspire another group tomorrow in this group, who knows the next president can come from this group? Who knows the next representative for Nizo can come from this group? Who knows the next finance minister, popular word minister? So we say we're taking on the initiative to train, because one thing I keep telling people in Liberia is the mind is the most important place that we can invest our money. Our leaders take our money, they invest it into material things. They travel, they womanize, they drink, and they forget about our future, which happen to be the case that you see in this video. And so tonight we wanted to make sure we throw light. It is important, whether you're in Liberia or out of Liberia, we encourage you to join us in these endeavors. Join us, because collectively, I believe by God's grace, God above, we can now make the difference. Because even people that go into Liberia, whether you are sedition, whether you are Unity Party partisan, whether you are ANC partisan, whether you are, you name it, one thing we all can agree upon, that our country is filthy and dirty. Across the board, we have to agree on that, because the evidence is there. I'm not just saying it because I hate anybody. The second thing is the lack of leadership. And so ways that we can help our country is to now get involved and train and make people to understand that Liberia belongs to everyone, and that is what we try to teach the kids. We're not paying them anything. At most, what we do, we provide food. We have the materials and we provide food. And they go around and they do all these things. And thirdly, when you look at this day, people say, but how you guys going to get rid of the day? Trust me. Trust me. I get to remind us one thing I say to those people that a lot of time you told the Liberian people, they say we pray. But I tell you, God never move until men move. The day God ready to move in the physical, I strongly believe that. When God ready to move and send angels on this earth, none of us will stay in the way. But the reason why we are faced with this thing, because when we pray, and we have been praying sincerely, seeking God's face and guidance, that this initiative that we have embarked on, that God will help us. And so when we take the steps, then we believe God will provide or you will do the rest. And so the day that you see over there, I am telling you, Liberia will be clean. Because this is what we have started. We call this is a revolution we have started. That means to keep our country clean. And it was brought to my attention this day. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the whole thing. It's just an introduction to the show. So where I learned, where the day have been put, the people who supposed to, there's a company right there. There's I think construction company. And so what they do now, they say they are cover the ball zinc and the cover in the day. You think covering the day will solve the problem? It's not going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve the problem. Trying to hide it. And you're forgetting to know that flies, mosquitoes, rats, roaches will still leave that identical spot and go to the various homes around there. That's number one. The second thing we want to talk about tonight is the statement that were made by our president before the Christmas celebration. Before the Christmas celebration. You know, if Upon have said, or if Upon have made us in remark, Liberians will be red for the soul. Red for the soul. People will be upset. You know, I was very, very disappointed. Not surprised, not by any means, but I mean, disappointed, but not surprised. It left for you. It left for you. I don't know if we have that video yet that we can play it to hear the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I hope my man can send me that video or he send it to me because I want to play it because I don't want people to say we making us stuff. And if you haven't heard it, let me tell you what he said. Let me just tell you what he said over the weekend. Now it left for you to interpret however you want to interpret it. However you want to interpret it, that is up to you. But over the weekend, the president spoke and he said, and I quote, at the end of his speech in Lufa County, he said, to those who want to remain corrupt, we say, when you steal, just make sure you invest the money in Liberia. We're talking about maybe 2 days to Christmas, where people in Liberia, according to information that we are hearing, that the gone Christmas one of the worst Christmas in the history of our country. People never had anything. Absolutely nothing. Nothing people had. And then the president say, if, if, he say if, we say when you steal the money, you make sure you invest it. And so I'm telling you, it's sad. It's very, very sad. And so I really wanted to hear. I'm trying to find that video. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm trying to see if I can really find that video and play it, and so people can hear it for themselves. Now, it left for you to make your own judgment. You can put whatever spin you want to put on it, but it was very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating because this president vowed to us. This president vowed to us that there was no room for corruption. No room. President told us that. He said there was no room. And now I wonder why that the team that was set to recover stolen asset and team from Liberia. Nobody want that whole program just die. So the question here is, again, we don't want to tell you or say to you, but what we can do for ourselves, we can tell you that was an outrageous comment by the president. We can say that with straight face that the president promised us faithfully that corruption, that's something that he campaigned on. That's something that the president campaigned on. That is something that the president campaigned on. And how can the president of the Republic of Liberia, even if the president believes that you know why? I'm just frustrated about what is going on. I get it. I can understand it. But the last thing to suggest that it is okay, the only thing you should just invest the money in the country. Are you kidding me? Seriously, are you kidding me? It can be. It cannot. You can tell us that because you're frustrated with what is on foot in the country, and you got the louder speaker in the country, the biggest puppet, and you make that type of statement to a country where the people already and so it was just wrong. We know that it was wrong. And so I see the executive mansion try to Because we know every government that one. Honestly speaking, we know that people will try to put spin on it. But the main point I wanted to drive here, my people, if we right now in Liberia, wherever you find yourself, wherever side of the political spectrum you find yourself, the question here that I'm asking tonight, if anybody got answer, I will appreciate your answer. Where do we go from here? Where do we actually go from here? Because there is no question. Ellen Johnson said he self-admitted that corruption should never knew that corruption was a cultural thing. Cultural, that means it's embedded within us. Opponent king, it ways. And so we know the challenge when it comes to corruption in Liberia is something cultural. And so we will not sit down and pretend. Never ever. We understand that it is a serious challenge. Serious challenge to every to Liberia. Every sector. From marriages, from family marriages to government, to small businesses, everything. The thing is in our system. We get it. And sometimes we understand that when you mean good, the frustration is, but the last thing you will do is to validate, to put stamp. And you say, yes, there's thing happening, but the only thing we can do is nothing else we can do. No. And that's what the president did. That's what he did. Now, you can say the president was frustrated. You can say he said it out of anger. How do we tackle the issues of corruption? Because the president threw in the towel. He threw in the towel. He threw in the towel. I'm trying to see if I can get his speech. And let me see. Seriously. I need to play for you to hear it for yourself. Seriously. I just want you to think. I don't want you to say, oh, yeah. All right. I think we get it. I think we got it now. Let's see if we can listen to it and then we'll discuss it. Wait, hold on.
I mean, nobody asked you.
Let's go back. Hold on.
This is your country. This is the only place nobody asked you.
Can we hear it? No, I'm not hearing it.
Why? I mean, nobody asked you why you are here. You're here because you belong. I always say, sometimes you call the people to eat. We used to eat with hand. But the person put a hand on the board ain't I who you belong. I always say, sometimes you call the people to eat. We used to eat with hand. But the person put a hand on the board ain't I who handed. I who call you to eat. I who handed. We the ones should be asking you. Let's build this country. They ask everything. So we want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
That was the voice from His Excellency the President here in Lofa County at the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of the 4 counties Guinea County status. Today marks the 60th anniversary.
All right. So as you can see right here, again, we want to say thank you to our brother who just said on that video because we couldn't find our own video. You heard from the president marking the 60th anniversary of the three counties, and those are the three. If I'm not making a if I'm not making mistake, those are the three largest county in Liberia: Nima County, Lofa County, Bon County. So those three counties combined from the time they became counties, when they were declared counties. And the president is saying, for those of you who want to remain corrupt, number one, that means the president know that indeed some of his people are corrupt. He said, yeah, you can remain corrupt, but the only thing, you might use the money to bless our people. How can blessing go with corruption? How can blessing go with stealing? It's impossible. These two don't fit under the same umbrella. And this is where we are really disappointed in the president. And so, my people, I don't know where we'll go from here, but I want to encourage us that as Liberians, we have to look ourselves in the mirror, and I hope you can share this video. And I'm not here to defend the president action or what the president said, but there are so many ways that you can look at what he said. Part of that is I want to beat it strongly, that the president he don't have the energy for that right now. And Labrenpo knew that. He frustrated. He means some really good things, but he disappointed that people would treat their own country like that. Young people who in power will treat their country like that. But what the sad thing about the whole thing, I never expected him to say it that way. I expected him to come down hard and say, if you believe that you can exploit our people, trust me, 2025 will be a different year for us. But now when I reflect and look back, no one knows why the recovery asset team that was set up, no one knows why the momentum just died. So that alone is like the president, he has given in, like he can make it. And that's why I asked the question, where do we go from here? But it is coming upon each and every one of us as Liberians, to keep forging ahead, to make sure that we hold those people accountable. Because our national legislature is a complete failure. Those people are the main reason why our country is in a mess. Because these people, they are good for nothing people. I don't even believe, if he asked me sincerely, if he asked me the question, I don't even think that people should be taking pay. I think we should even use that money to start to get rid of the dirt that is in our country. I hate to say, I do not apologize for that. I do not apologize. Because these people, they are doing nothing to help the executive to make sure some of, or most of the corruption that is going on in our country, that they tackle it, but they are the most corrupt people in the country. They are the most corrupt people. They are the most dishonest people, and they're taking too much out of the country. Every black deed that go on in the country, they are the head, they spearhead everything. What do we go from here? We can throw in the towel as Liberian. This country belongs to us. We have to keep pushing, we have to keep fighting. And we're not going to say it until you say we're discouraging peaceful demonstration. If it means that we'll go to our various representatives and senators and we stage a peaceful demonstration with at home, demanding answer. Or we tell them that they need to change. That brings me to my third point. See what happened on Christmas Day. The day that we're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. What I've said on the show, we have to prepare ourselves. Because the lack of leadership or young boy under the influence killed his dad because he believed or his dad did not give him Christmas money. If you truly ask me, you think that kid will be brave to kill his dad if you are normal? What that tell you? That tell you our country is heading in the wrong directions. And those people you people refer to as lawmaker, they fully aware of the danger. But now they are even defending those people that continue to import the illicit drugs into our country. And the president promised us that drugs were going to be popular enemy number one under his administration. But see where we are today. Our youth to really believe that the kids just want to abuse drugs. I live in the world's greatest country, the United States of America. Drugs is a serious war. That is why people got various programs. What happened with the youth and sport ministry? What happened with the youth and sport ministry? What happened with the youth and sport ministry? What happened with our gender ministry? Because there is no opportunity for the kids. There are no after-school programs. We should be focusing, how do we tackle this is a serious issue that is facing the country. Serious issues. And the young man killed his dad because, according to him, dad would not give him Christmas money. And what was the one fear that dad had? What was the one fear that dad had? Giving him some money. Say, are you afraid if I give you the money here? The very thing that was afraid of. It's the very thing that took their life. Because he know that the little he had to share with his son will not use the money to entertain himself or to enjoy, but rather will go and abuse drugs. And these people are sitting down and able to say what is unfolding in the country like they're living in space. They're living in space. You can put that on Joseph Boakai. Is he part of it? Yes. But part of that, your national legislature, they understand, they see it, they live there. They see it every day, every minute, every second, every hour. They see it. And so I don't want the Liberian people to just focus on what Joseph, I said the same thing doing open administration. Don't just focus on the executive branch. The first branch of government, that national legislature. Each of those people, they provided them, they gave them 50 and 45,000 respectively to buy a car. These people, they pay for their houses, they pay for their security, they pay for they get in gas, they get in calling card. Do you know how much go in our national budget for those people who sitting out there and doing nothing? Go look at our national budget and see how much is allocated in the budget for your first branch of government, your national legislature. Go and see. And so part of the problem here is we have to put pressure on those people. They're gone Christmas. They stay fighting up to down. The issue have not been resolved. Even if Joseph Boyka tried to manipulate, you want to tell me those people don't have their own independent mind to know right from wrong? I saw a Freeman, someone would tell me to do the wrong thing and I will do it, especially when you got no control over me. I represent certain people, which have to be Liberian people. And so sometimes I just want to remind us, we cannot take our eyes off of these people. And as Liberians, we are in the mindset consistently to make excuses for bad behavior. No, it can be. We do that all the time. We find ways and means to justify or to make excuses for people. Even with our friends. And it's the same thing I hear people saying, Joseph Boyka, Joseph Boyka. No. Joseph Boyka tell you to go steal, then you steal. Especially you are independent body. All by yourself. And Liberian people, we have to start holding people accountable for their own action and start making excuses. Because all I hear, the paper involved trying to manipulate what is going on at the capital. Yes, we understand that. But those people, you want to say they got common sense? Do you know right from wrong? Those people are separate branch of government. They are the first branch of government. Excuse me. And so we cannot, and all I'm hearing people say is the same mistake that people made. Same mistake. People feel that Open will run it. No, it is not a military government. This is a democratic government. You think when you remove Open, we're going to solve the problem? No. As long as you got the wrong people in our first branch of government, things will continue to happen the same way. And another key point I wanted to make to us tonight. My people, amen. Let common sense prevail. Common sense. Common sense. Let common sense prevail. Why we allowing these people to make fool out of us? Why? Don't forget that Tomo Farah, whoever thought that Tomo Farah and Joseph Boyka will be buddies today? Whoever thought that? If you did, I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming. Because Joseph Boyka went after Tomo Farah very hard. So you see, they're consistent games that people couldn't play with us. All of a sudden now, and Tomo Farah is now the first, you will not be the last. He's now the first, you will not be the last. People cross carpet. People cross carpet. Tomo Farah now and Joseph Boyka now, they are buddies. Jeremiah Kun, Tomo Farah now, they are buddies. Where Tomo Farah came from? Who made Tomo Farah? CDC. And everybody know the corruptions. If you think I'm lying, go back and find some Joseph Boyka speeches. So all of a sudden, Tomo Farah now jump over now to Unity Party. What we're allowing these people to play on us like this? Why? Liberians, why? It does not make sense, my people. Because here's the truth. He does not want to face what we call justice. He does not want to face justice. And so whoever come in power, so that tell me even that when the president was declaring corruption, because there is no way a man who corrupt, who stole from Liberian people, and the president should be close. Honestly speaking, It does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. John Molu should be close to the president. Fresh and clean people should be around the president. Now the same people who corrupted the Liberian people for 6 years and then nothing. So how can these people be a strong ally now to the president? These are some of the alarming things that bothers me the more. No way, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. And so I'm not even surprised that the president will say he can steal, but yeah, invest the money. Because around him, he got the same bad people. What happened to Kabina Jenny and I want to what happened to John Molude? They are all a good United partisans that mean well. Where are they? Why they not in the circle of the president? How can Thomas Father and the president be cool and the movie and the president know Thomas Father record? And people, let common sense prevail, Liberians. Let common sense prevail. These are some of the things that frustrated me about Joseph Boakai. But I can't put everything on him. I said it during open time, I will say it. Because people are not just waiting to do the right thing. And there is no way people there must say that we look, in order for me to even get close to somebody, we have to have a lot in common. Because what you think they're going to give you the thing they're going to get the right advice? The right advice? What one of the things we need to say to our children? Up to now, we still say to our children, we want you falling that ball. Because that ball, you falling, that ball can steal, that ball can smoke, that ball is rude. We don't want to follow that ball, or we don't want to follow that children because the next thing you look, you start smoking, you start stealing. This is what we say, right? This is what we say to our children. We do not want you to get yourself mixed up with that group. So now we're sending mixed messages to our kids. Because we are the leaders, we're saying one thing and doing another thing. No wonder why you see our country in the mess our country in. No wonder why. The mess that we are in. And so we'll pause here, we'll play some Liberian music, and then we'll come back now to close the show. Hang in there with us.
Because of you, I get to go strong. Feeling that we fall. Something that you never want to do. Make me spend this money. enjoy myself. Let me enjoy myself. Myself, and I won't kill myself. And I won't kill myself. Y'all leave me. Let me enjoy myself. Let me enjoy myself. Don't let it keep me back. And I know it, but they don't ask me. I want now I get, don't ask me. And I know it's good, don't ask me. And I yeah, it's that, don't ask me. And I know it, but it don't ask me. I want now I get, don't ask me. And I know it's good, don't ask me. And I yeah, it's that. I just don't know. I don't wanna check my body. I just want
All right, all right.
I don't wanna check my body.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was MC Carol. We want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your input. We appreciate your comment. But I want to leave us with this. As we are preparing to enter 2025, let's make sure we stay engaged. Let us don't look at the tasks ahead to be too challenging. Don't let yourself down by saying, I don't think Liberia can ever change. No. Positive mindset. Positive mindset. Believe. By God's grace and by your help, we will make Liberia a better country. And so tonight, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. This is your host, SUBOR Freeman, saying so long. From the members of your studio, you have a pleasant evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed, stay warm, be safe. Good night, everybody.